Welcome back. Well, the Queensland border is finally open. Well, sort of. The Sunshine State has hit its 70% double dose milestone, which means that interstate travellers can now fly home if they're fully vaccinated, but not without 14 days of home quarantine on the other side.
Let's get today's take on this with 9 Honey's Shelley Horton and the Briefing podcast host Tom Tilley. Shell, to you first. Look at this turnaround. The restrictions the state brought in for the unvaxxed has clearly helped boost those rates. So do you think we should be bringing forward the reopen date?
I really hope that they do. I think it needs to be seen as a reward for everyone for getting vaxxed. And there are still a lot of Queenslanders who are stuck over the border of New South Wales trying to get home because you still have to fly in and you still have to do home quarantine. And not everyone is eligible for home quarantine. If you live in an apartment, you're not eligible. So it has to be a freestanding house or a townhouse with no common areas. I know because I did home quarantine. But I must say that if this is all moving faster, if we can then get our borders open before December 17, I think that will give a lot of people more comfort and more belief in Anastasia not changing the rules around Christmas.
Well, so to be clear, the Premier, Anastasia Palaszczuk, has said that the border will open with no home quarantine on December 17 or at the 80% double dose mark, which could now be, as you say, earlier than December 17. So we will watch that space.
They're looking a week earlier. Yeah.
That's right, yeah. So thankfully those rates are increasing. But meantime in WA, Tom, there is absolutely no rush. Premier Mark McGowan, he has slammed Greg Hunt, the Federal Health Minister, for even hinting that the state could reopen for Perth's Ashes test in mid-January. Mark McGowan is not budging at this stage, is he? Full Wexit.
Yeah, I think Greg Hunt went on a bit of a limb there and has sort of been knocked for six by a very popular Premier. There's the Ashes pun. Thank you, guys. But, you know, Mark McGowan is in control of that state and he rules it very strictly. So I'm not sure why Greg Hunt tried to sort of lean on him there to open any sooner. I do think it's too slow in WA. They're not just going for a 90% double vax rate of over 16 like the rest of the country. It's 90% of over 12. And I think the longer this situation drags on, the more sort of strange inconsistencies you get, like letting the cricketers in, and the more headaches it creates. And it's another Christmas where people in WA aren't getting to see their families.
Yeah, you got to feel sorry for people who can't get home for Christmas. That's the tough one. Also in making news this morning, it's lights out on the Gold Coast. The city is being labelled the Grinch this morning after axing its annual Christmas lights competition, not only for this year, but for good. Shell, the outrage of it all. The council will still install light displays in key areas, but it's not going to be the same, is it?
Bah, humbug. It is terrible. I mean, we need some Christmas joy. And as a Queenslander who spent many of my Christmases on the Gold Coast, you have entire streets that get into this competition. So we would drive around as a family with Christmas songs blaring, and it was a really fun activity to do. And it was something that was just like a great community event. So I think we need to, you know, call the Mayor Tom Tate a bit of a Grinch, and I will say that if he doesn't give in, then maybe a great sponsor like perhaps an electricity company, AGL or Energy Australia, because we're using all of their electricity.
Good idea.
So they should sponsor it because it's a great tradition.
And after all, Tom, what is the Gold Coast if it isn't getting lit?
Thank you. Well, another pun for you. Power to the people, I say. I reckon the households can still go ahead and do this. We don't need the council to turn on our Christmas lights.
Correct.
Right, you know, you can just do it yourself.
Forget the competition. Just turn it
Just do
on,
it.
people, and maybe install some solar panels while you're there.
Exactly.
I think so.
All right, thanks you guys. Stay with us, Shelley and Tom, when we come back inside Paris Hilton's wedding extravaganza. She had 4 dresses just for the first day. You heard.
Welcome back. Well, we are dining out on Paris Hilton's wedding this morning. Yes, she said I do in a very glamorous Oscar de la Renta gown, but it didn't stop there. It was the after attire that stole the show, rocking not 1, not 2, but 3 reception dresses and 4 white wedding gowns all up.
Incredible stuff. There's the
Why
4th.
did she?
Shelley Horton and Tom Tilley are still here to discuss this. Shelley, I mean, you spend all that time trying to find one gown, and then that's the perfect gown for the day.
I mean,
but
you boys
4.
know it.
Look, I think everyone's giving her a lot of grief when, in fact, it's her day. She can do whatever she likes. And I personally had 2 wedding dresses for my wedding. So I got married in Mexico. So I had the sequin dress, which was like, you know, very Academy Awards looking. But it was in Mexico and it was really hot. So then I changed to a light, shorter blue dress that I could dance in. And I'd like to point out that I was never that skinny. It actually was a very strong corset that was holding me in the whole time there. But I think it's your day. Do whatever you like.
We're not criticising her. We love it.
It's a big leap from 2 to 4, though. I mean, I spent so much time getting my first dress ready. Well, the designer did. I wanted to wear it for every minute of that day and night. I would not have got changed for quids. But Tom, would you ever consider maybe going through 4 suits?
Oh, massively. I understand the power of a costume change. Like, I've been in a band.
I've seen you in your parachute onesies, Tom Tilley.
Exactly. Even at a ski party, you want an outfit during the day, and then when you hit the upraise at night, there's just a real power in people going, hang on, has he changed his outfit? That is getting people talking. That is good. The other thing about Paris Hilton, I'll say, is this was a wedding, but it was also a reality TV show. Like, they were literally filming for her next series at the wedding. So that might give you a clue as to what was going on as well.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. And if you don't, I reckon moving forward, if everyone doesn't have at least 2 dresses ready to go for your wedding day, you're not getting married properly. These are the new rules.
All these lockdowns, it was so nice to have a big, extravagant wedding to just feast your eyes on over the weekend.
Totally here for it.
So much fun.
Thanks, you two. Stay safe.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye. Coming up on Today Extra...